There is nothing scarier than struggling in the water and almost drowning. According to the CDC, between 2005 and 2014, an average of 3,536 people died from an unintentional drowning. A former Navy SEAL named Clint Emerson recently wrote a book about 100 vital survival skills that he learned while he was in the Navy. One of the skills that he learned is how to avoid drowning. In his book, he teaches you how to keep from drowning in deep water, shallow water, and in rough waters. He also explained how to keep from drowning if you've been restrained and thrown into open waters. Most people won't ever experience being restrained in open waters. However, one thing the book will teach you is that things can happen suddenly that you would never expect to happen to you. Since you never really know, it's best to be prepared for any kind of situation. It's one of the first lessons that Emerson learned when he was a Navy SEAL. If you need to know how to survive if you're being drowned, the following tips can help. Tip 1. Achieve buoyancy. If you can make yourself float, it's your best defense against drowning. You can do this by filling your lungs with as much air as possible. Deep breaths and quick exhales will help you do this. The air that you're able to hold in your lungs will keep your body floating above the water. Achieving buoyancy is much easier in salt water than fresh water. However, it is still possible in fresh water. Tip 2. Don't panic. Keeping from panicking is easier said than done, I know. When you're in a life-or-death situation, it is hard not to panic. The best thing you can do is try to calm yourself down. The more you panic, the more you will hyperventilate. This will cause you to sink to the bottom faster. Regardless of how difficult it is, you should try to remain calm and take deep breaths. Tip 3. Drowning in shallow water. If you are in restraints for any reason in shallow water, this trick can help. Even if you're not in restraints, it can still help. If the water is relatively shallow, you can get yourself to shore. If you sink down to the bottom and then bounce up, you can find your way to the shore quickly. When you surface, you should take a deep breath in. This will give you a chance to find your way to shore before you drown. Tip number 4. Drowning when face down. If you're floating in place face down, or if you're trying to kick, you should keep your back arched so that your head will rise above the water. The longer your face is under the water, the less air you're going to get. If you're drowning in rough seas, it can be difficult to keep your head above water. Instead, a full-body rotation will allow you to catch a breath and still travel forward. Traveling forward is important. If you're restrained, it'll give you a chance to free yourself from the restraints. If you're not restrained, traveling forward will help you to get to shore faster. If you ever find yourself in a crazy situation of drowning, you should know how to keep it from happening and to get to shore safely. Just keeping yourself from panicking can save your life. It's also good to know a few survival techniques if you're in the open water and you're forced to save yourself. Subscribe for more.